What's going on, my dearest friends? Welcome to Weezys Weekend Windup. I am your hostess with the mostest, Mr. Goddamn Weezy Poo Poo. I'm joined by my buddy, Mr. Steve Poikonen. He is the host of AM Wake Up, along with an assortment of other shows, such as the UFC commentary that we do about once a month or so. What's up, Steve?
How's it going, man? Good to see you. Good to hang out.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you for hopping in literally last second. I was supposed to do a show with Seven Seas, and he wasn't feeling good. We've all been there. We've all had that shit. So we are gonna reschedule to continue our nukes, our faking rainbows. Since I'm on YouTube,
Fake Part and 2. Rainbows,
straight up faking rainbows. So with that not being able to transpire, I was like, and then Steve, you reached out to me. I go, let's do a Weezys Weekend Windup. Lots of interesting news to definitely cover. And just real quick, last Monday, I got the invite. I never know when I'm going to get the invite or not for Union of the Unwanted. I got the invite. I came in, and maybe some people enjoyed it. Maybe some people were like, I saw some people on the Union of the Unwanted YouTube. Who the hell's the guy yelling, talking shit? But I listened to the very end. I had to leave because I had to wake up early and go to work the next day. And I heard my boy Charlie Robinson say, I don't know if you caught that, Steve, but he said, yeah, Steve and Weezy just have a unique way of viewing the world. and we hold certain standards, hold people to certain standards. I view that as a compliment. I like being different. I like the fact that I look at things differently than from everyone else on Union of the Unwanted. I wear that shit with a badge of honor. I thought it was cool that Charlie mentioned both of us in that same category. So
I'm sorry. What was the name of the show again? I'm not familiar.
Union of the Unwanted.
Oh, that sounds interesting. What's it about?
Yeah, it's about covering normal, topics through a normie lens. And if you view it through the Weezy or Steve Poikonen lens, and you're out there, you're too fucking crazy. Settle down, you conspiracy theorist. That's what apparently it has turned into, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, I mean, at least you get to have fun to shake up the pot a little bit. That's good, man. That's good.
Yeah.
It's been almost a year, man. It's been almost a year.
You know what, though? It was almost a year that I hadn't been on. So maybe after they're done with me, after they get tired of me, I'll take the year on the bench and then they bring you back in. Imagine both of us on there at the same time, dude.
That's not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
It'd be fun. But no.
Yeah, it'd be a little too much, man.
I have fallen out of favor for daring.
Dude, every time I think I have fallen out of favor, all of a sudden I get an email. I can jump on in. I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, it's one of those things where it's coming, man, and like I just I fucking. It's really, really, really difficult. It's the Upton Sinclair quote where it's difficult to get somebody to understand something when their salary depends on them not understanding it.
Yeah, man. It's I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate people on there.
Yeah, I got there may be a few for 99.999% of the people that have ever been through that show.
I would definitely not be that high up.
No, man. I mean, occasionally you get like a Roger Stone on there, or somebody that has like actual influence that's, actually worthy of you putting that word or that kind of energy to it. But for the most part, it's people that either mean well and don't know, are like tourists to the whole conspiracy, how the world works thing, and they're so bought into perpetuating the system either consciously or unconsciously that they're never really going to advocate for anything outside of it. Or it's people that, are genuinely trying to find some answers. And then thrown in there are, some genuine limited hangout people and some like legitimate grifters and stuff like that. But that comes out, everybody interviews those people or interacts with those people at least once or twice throughout a couple hundred episodes like Union does,
Yeah, man. I definitely agree. And
I really am trying to be generous here.
I know you are. And I suppose I definitely want to get into a little bit more of that after. I think we should probably cover our little segment. And then
yeah, for sure.
yeah,
No,
that's
let's
definitely-
make sure I have like a cider or two during the course of this. And then at the end of it, we'll be like, hey, you want to talk shit yet? And I'll be like, yeah. No,
Let's get in it.
That's not what I'm here to do. That's not what I'm here to do.
No, man, I love it. Yeah, man. So Weezys, we can wind up for any new listeners. We've had an explosion of new listeners on the audio podcast, and I am truly grateful for all the new ones. Yeah, y'all been leaving some awesome comments. To see people out of all the podcasts out there, there's so many. Anyone could start up a podcast. Literally, anyone could start it. And to hear people say, this show is now my number one or has moved into my top 3 or 5. God damn, that is super humbling. And I don't take that lightly. That is, it's truly, truly an honor to hear that kind of shit. And this is why I do the show. A lot of people say, well, if you don't do it for money, why do you do it? Because of that shit. I want the accolades. I love the love from the people that listen to it while they're at work. That's as honest as I can fucking be, man. that's why I do the show. So to hear people tell me that they enjoy it that much, that's why I do it. I do it for y'all. So thank you guys, especially to the new listeners and to the ones that find me a little bit uncouth. One of those and grind on it. So anyways, what we do on Weezys, we can wind up whenever. I usually do these when I don't have a guest or we have someone cancel for whatever reason. Then I just want to do a show anyway, so we go on and do these. And we read the articles and then we break them down. And then usually I do these by myself. I give my own thoughts, but today I have my twin conspiracy theorist, Mr. Steve. So we think along the same lines, and it should be an interesting one. And with that being said, our first article of business is in relation to the Trump assassination. We got some news, ladies and gentlemen. For those that haven't been following me too long, Steve and I did a show on the Trump assassination attempt hours after the Butler incident. And only hours after the incident, Steve and I said, man, I don't know, bro. What do you think? And we both were like, this shit, it looks fishy. It looks fake and gay. And we said this hours. We did a show. And damn, have we been vindicated. And our first line of business is this, what you see on the screen. This is a tweet by FBI Director Kash Patel. Listen to this wording, and this is why I feel vindicated about our findings. Dan and I sat down with Brooke Singman to walk through every aspect of the Butler investigation. I'm looking forward to this shit. We fully briefed POTUS on the entire case. POTUS is President of the United States, meaning they fully briefed Trump, okay? And he was satisfied with the work and the results. These are the details the prior administration never released, and in some cases, never even pursued. This FBI has redoubled its efforts to provide the American people with full, factual transparency about this tragic attack. And then they show a screenshot. The screenshot reads, exclusive. The FBI concludes Trump shooter Thomas Crooks acted alone after an unprecedented global investigation. And for me at least, this is verifiable proof, verifiable evidence that the whole thing was staged. And someone like Jason Burmis, a John Cullen, two people that said it was an inside job, that the Secret Service was trying to kill Trump, is bullshit. Because as Kash Patel just pointed out, Trump fully endorses the idea that crooks acted alone. Nothing fishy. The official story stands. There was no inside service trying to take out Trump. That's all bullshit. Trump agrees. No further investigations, no further inquiries into the matter. Case is fucking closed. Boom. What are your thoughts, Steve?
Well, congratulations to Kash Patel and Dan Bongino for some thorough work that resulted in nobody having to lift a finger on this case at all, since it was in the hands of the Biden FBI. It's a very good job of them, of looking and reviewing the work and going, yeah, no, they pretty much wrapped this up. Yeah, there's really nothing to see here whatsoever. Go back to bed. The government has figured this one out. Yeah. No, Kash Patel, as we all know, the most competent FBI director we probably ever had. And Dan Bongino, with his background in standing around and looking at things while protecting low-level people as a Secret Service agent, he's definitely had all of the experience necessary to be Kash Patel's right-hand man. So between podcast host and podcast guest, we pretty much got this, all wrapped up in nice little neat package, bow on it. And yeah, one lone crazy gunman, because if people will believe that, then they'll also believe it when they come back out in another year and a half and say the exact same thing about Charlie Kirk. And they'll believe it any other time there's just a miraculous and or tragic incident that becomes a trauma event for the public, by which mass amounts of emotions are. This is actually from the press conference that Kash Patel was giving about the Thomas Crooks. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for assembling here before me this afternoon. I would like you all to know that we went through all of the information available to us from the Biden administration. Case closed. There is one shooter and one shooter only. Thomas Michael Crooks. He sat on top of the roof, shot at the only hand of God came down to intervene, save Donald Trump. Thank you, come again. And that was the entire press conference. That was it.
Hey, you forgot, and we'll see you in Valhalla.
Right? We will see you in Valhalla.
Get the fuck
which is
out
where
here.
all Indians go.
Man, when I saw that today, I was like, we are vindicated. We are officially, this whole John Cullen bullshit of you got to follow the trajectories, and Jason Burmis crying. Let me see if I'll see if I can find Jason Burmis crying over this shit. We got to play that, man. We could never forget hashtag never forget Jason Burmis crying over this.
Man.
Shout out to Gory Walker for sending us that awesome clip. But that's the thing, man. For Trump, you and I both had been saying this. If there was really an attempt, Trump is one of these crazy narcissists, psychopathic narcissists. He would have been showing his ear. Look, motherfuckers, I almost got shot right here. He would have been showing the world. He would have took a picture of it and framed it all over the White House, took billboards. That's my ear. That's what happens.
It wouldn't be his mugshot in the Hall of Presidents. It would be just a picture of a close-up of the ear.
Yeah.
And the missing chunk. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right there. When he didn't say nothing, when he didn't want to talk about it, I'm like, this motherfucker is in on it.
Dude, what really did it for me was the Republican National Convention, where he sat up there on the stage and just told lie on top of lie on top of lie that everyone with eyes and ears in the room could hear and go, hey, wait, no, that's not what happened. That's not what happened at all. I saw that. I was there. There were a lot of people in the room for the RNC that were there at Butler. It was very close in terms of events for, distance. Yeah. And they all had to sit there and go, this man is lying through his teeth as he gestures over to firefighter, that got
Compatory.
Who just happened to be fireman number 33.
Yeah.
Right. Like this was at the RNC. This was right before Hulk Hogan ripped his shirt off.
Yeah. And if anyone missed those shows that you and I did, we did a couple of them. We even did one on the 1-year anniversary special on it. If anyone missed those, definitely go back and check them out because you and I had
some heated exchanges on Union over that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what I mean. I mean, I can't reiterate that enough. Seeing that from Kash Patel and him straight up saying that Trump is okay with this. Trump is full on board with this, that there was a lone gunman. The official story stands. There was no funny business that happened at Butler. None. John Cullen and his little charts and graphs and all that bullshit. Scrap that. You and I saying that it was staged. Scrap that. It was the official story. And so me,
when you're wrong, you're wrong. And if a cross-eyed midget dating a honey trap is telling us that we're wrong, then by God, Weezy, we must be.
and that's the thing, bro. Like, for me, the smoking gun in that is Trump getting behind it, because that is not in his personality. He's not that type of person. Like, if something really was fishy and he really thought something crazy was going on, he'd be calling out bullshit, be tweeting on Truth Social, telling the whole world, this is bullshit. Someone tried to kill me, blah, blah, blah. And for him to be like, oh, yeah, I agree. I agree with what the FBI is saying. That is a smoking gun that it was staged, man. I mean, to me, it's vindication, man. Is that how you viewed it? How you would say? I'm trying to find the Burmese clip, by the way.
More or less, yeah. More or less. I mean, look, if you want to put yourself in a position where you just watched Kash Patel's FBI botch,
right?
The Charlie Kirk thing, botch the Epstein thing, create a situation in New Jersey where they invented terrorists just so they could go bust them. And Missy, nobody's saying that there's anything wrong with midgets. My girl is like a quarter inch under 5 foot,
Okay, here we go. All right, for anyone that missed it, this is Jason Burmis. I've challenged him to a debate on the Trump assassination. I got a little bit back and forth on the Union of the Unwanted. And it's funny, after that, he hasn't been back. I don't know if the shellacking was enough, but I've been calling him out too on how much Trump nutsack he's been sucking for the last few months. And now lately he's like, oh yeah, Trump and Epstein. Trump, bitch, you denied that shit for years, motherfucker. And now you're trying to pivot. Get the fuck out of here. I know he's your homie, man. So this is me talking. This is how I feel about this clown.
Oh, I know.
Anyways,
I know.
Let's hear this freaking clown.
Right. We'll set that. We might have to set that up live because I wasn't ready for this. What won't they do? What won't they do?
Oh, it's so hard to watch.
Oh man,
it's so hard to watch.
Enough of that nonsense. What won't they do?
That's a good
What
friend of
won't they
mine,
do?
everybody. And so is Weezy. So it's just proof that you can be friends with two complete, totally different idiots. For many of the same reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you, man. So, all right, moving on to our next line of business. This is MTG news. So this is, I think it came out yesterday. Was the fuck? I don't want to see that crown anymore. What's going on here? Okay. All right. Is that on StreamYard? Yeah. All
That's
right,
the
copy
cry face you make when you get caught shoplifting at the mall, too.
that. What won't they do? What
Like,
won't
that's-
they do?
yeah.
Get out of here, bro. Okay. This is from The Guardian. Article written by Edward Helmore on Saturday, November 22nd, which is today. Politicians shocked by Marjorie Taylor Greene's surprise resignation announcement. Some Republicans offered Congresswoman plaudits, but AOC was scathing in her dismissal of her frequent sparring partner. Marjorie Taylor Greene's surprise resignation from Congress late on Friday, saying she refused to be a battered wife following her public fallout with Donald Trump, has been slammed by AOC, the Democratic Congresswoman and Greene's frequent sparring partner. She's carefully timing her departure just 1 to 2 days after her pension kicks in, Ocasio-Cortez said in a statement on her Instagram account, and criticized her voting record on healthcare. Greene abruptly resigned from Congress, effective January 5th, in a 10-minute video post outlining her unhappiness with Republicans on issues including the public release of the Jeff Epstein files in the government's possession, U.S. financing of foreign conflicts, Trump's decision to potentially back a candidate against her, and the cost of living and health care. After her service to Trump, she said she objected to being expected to defend the president against impeachment after he hatefully dumped tens of millions of dollars against me and tried to destroy me. I refuse to be a battered wife, hoping it all goes away and gets better, Greene said. But Ocasio-Cortez said Greene is saying a lot, but her actions have not backed up the rhetoric. For all her talk, she's still voting with them to gut health care. Greene voted in the summer for cuts to Medicaid and the reduction of enhanced tax credits for the Affordable Care Act. But then in October criticized the ACA cuts as premium soared. Ocasio-Cortez also repeated some of her criticism of shares bought by Greene earlier this year before Trump said he was pausing tariffs. Greene has denied any impropriety in her stock trading. I probably fucked that word up. Kentucky Republican Congressman Thomas Massie, who also has taken public stands against Trump, including over the Epstein file release, said on X that he was very sad for our country, but so happy for my friend Marjorie. I'll miss her tremendously. Massie added that Greene embodies what a true representative should be. Everyone should read her statement. There's more honesty expressed in 4 pages than most politicians will speak in a lifetime. Early on Saturday, Trump also reacted to Greene's announcement, posting on Truth Social that Marjorie Trader Brown, what the fuck, Brown?
Yeah, because it's the dead grass. The dead grass is brown. She's dead to Donald. So she's brown. She's not green. She's brown.
His name calling game has gone to shits, bro.
He was working him out in real
weak.
time on True Social. He was like firing.
That was weak.
Yeah.
That was weak. I that's why I was like, what? Okay. Marjorie Trader Brown had decided to call it quits because of plummeting poll numbers and not wanting to face a primary challenger with a strong Trump endorsement, where she would have no chance of winning. Trump also said that Greene's political relationship with Massie did not help her. For some reason, primarily that I refused to return her new-ending barrage of phone calls, Marjorie went bad. He added, nevertheless, I will always appreciate Marjorie and thank her for her service to our country. But Trump later told NBC News he would like to see Greene resume her political career. It's not going to be easy for her to revive her career in politics, he said, adding, I'd love to see that. in the meantime. She's got to take a little rest. And the article goes on. I don't want to read the rest of it. What are your thoughts on that, my man?
When Margie did Tim Dillon's podcast last month, I watched like 20 minutes of it, and I was like, this bitch is gonna run for president. She's setting the table right now, and I think this is part of that. I think that all of the, and I really don't want to frame decades-long child rape trafficking as a distraction, because it's not, but it's being used as one. The whole Epstein thing is being used as a distraction. Nobody's ever going to get shit. We already know what we know because of investigative journalists and a couple of very, very brave victims, a handful of people that provided information and stuff like that. If you want the actual Epstein list, the closest you're going to get to it is in volume 2 of One Nation Under Blackmail, Whitney Webb's book. She laid out all of the connections, 4 years ago, as of 4 years ago. Like, I don't think we knew about Chomsky or a handful of the, as many of the MIT related people at the time of publication. But I mean, they still haven't ever gone and done a search of Zorro Ranch, Weezy. Like, that's, but I think Marjorie Taylor Greene can capitalize on a lot of stuff like that and put herself in a position as MAGA transforms into purely a technocrat party, and the Democrats themselves are kind of dying. I think Marjorie Taylor Greene and a handful of other people from both the left and the right politically could probably come up with a new fake third party. Because even though Sandy Cortez is like, well, where were you when I was popular with progressives for lying to them about healthcare? That again, these are all just like the government hates you and wants you to die. These are just things that they put in front of you to see if you'll break one way or the other in terms of giving your consent in the ritual for bloodline pedophiles that people call voting.
Yeah. I know when I was on Union They Wanted on Monday, I was pretty much the only one that was fully skeptical of MTG. I feel she's saying the right things right now, but when I hear her talk, she sounds like a damn actress, bro. It's like she's trying to get that sympathy for perhaps what you were proposing. You've got a presidential run. So she's getting propped up, man. People forget that she's got Palantir stock. She went to Nick Fuentes' Unite the Right rally and then pretend, I just didn't know. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like, these people play stupid all the time. If my dumbass, as a garbage man, knows more than Marjorie Taylor Greene, a professional politician, I ain't buying that shit, man. This is the kind of shit I was saying at Union of the Unwanted, man. I just get fed up, and I'm not knocking you, Steve. I'm just saying in general. I get fed up with people giving the benefit of the doubt to these clowns. These people are selected, not elected. We're hearing about them like someone on the Union.
Dude, that's why I'm not allowed back on.
Yeah.
That's why they won't have me there, because I don't play into let's give the benefit of the doubt to these clowns. It was me and Monica for 6 months on that show going,
it seems like we're
are you
segregated
fucking kidding me, over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah. And that's the thing, dude, that drives me nuts. We give these clowns. That's what I try to vocalize. I probably could have said it a little bit better. I dropped too many F-bombs. I will admit, but I get frustrated.
Yes.
I get frustrated with them continually giving
because
these
they're
clowns
supposed to know
benefit of the
better.
doubt.
They're supposed to be the front line of the people that fucking know better. And
Yeah.
every single day they wake up and they go, how can I fall for it again?
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's and that's the thing. People will fall for these psyops. That's exactly what they are, psyops. And I feel like when I learned my lesson, I feel like, damn, I got duped. I don't want to be duped again, you know? And let me give you a perfect example. Bernie Sanders. I got fed up with the establishment Democrat base. So here comes Bernie Sanders. He's going to run against the machine. And then every time they crapped on Bernie Sanders, the things that they were pulling up on Bernie Sanders actually made me like Bernie Sanders more. For example, they would make fun of Bernie Sanders only having a net worth of like $350,000. And most of that net worth was tied to the one single family home he had in Vermont or wherever the hell he's from. And I was like, man, that's cool as shit. I like that. You look fast forward a couple years when he caved to call out the corruption of the DNC, and he clearly got shafted. He clearly got screwed the fuck over. Instead of Bernie calling it out for what it was and speaking truth bombs and talking about the deep-rooted corruption within the Democratic Party for what they had done to him, what did he do? All right, everybody, vote for Hillary Clinton. Let's get behind her, blah, blah, blah. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. I got duped again. And so it was at that moment in time when I said, I ain't never falling for any of these politicians ever again. So there may be some people right now that heard us trash a little bit Marjorie Taylor Greene and even Massey. But this is what you need to understand. Of course, this is how psyops work. They're going to say the nice shit to get you to gravitate towards them, to get a Clint Russell to make these endearing tweets. Come on, guys, this is our guy. This is our gal. Come on. And Clint Russell, he's in the top 45 podcasts in the nation. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I feel blessed that I have this algorithm love. Motherfucker, you're saying exactly what they want you to tell the masses. That's why your show is going up in number 45 in the nation. And it's not me being a hater. That's a goddamn fact. And so I don't know what you think about that, Steve, but that's the way I looks at it.
Look, man.
You don't have to go in on Clint Russell. That's probably your homie. But
No. Clint has me blocked everywhere, dude. He runs away from me anytime I even on the periphery show up. Dude, he bought his way into the space. He's only and ever licked. He's licked every asshole he could find until one it was like, oh yeah, no, that felt good. You can hang out for a little bit, and then they'll put him on for a little bit, but as soon as there's somebody else's asshole that he could lick for a little bit more clout or a little bit more in terms of audience, he'll go do that. The dude has no loyalty, no thoughts of his own. He's just got money. He's got money and time, and that's it.
All right. Well, he did give me one endorsement. Let me play. This is from Union of the Wanted last Monday. Let's hear what happens here. I'm gonna go because I got to wake up at 3 a.m. Thank you guys for inviting me.
Hey, Weezy.
Weezy, before you go, tell everybody where they can find you, where they can get your podcast, where they can check out what you're
just so you know, if you subscribe to Weezy's channel, I'm gonna immediately start calling him a psyop. So don't do it.
That'll give me more subs. That'll be an endorsement, bro.
I want all Clint's listeners to go.
So there we go. We had little Clint Russell or Clit Russell, whatever his name is, basically saying, "Oh, I'm gonna tell my subs not to follow." I know he was kind of joking around, but when I left, I went back and I listened to what was talked about, for the rest of the show. And it sounded like Clint was a little pissed off, and he was throwing jabs at me. He was like,
"Oh, dude, he is a thin-skinned little girl, Weezy."
He's like, "I know people think I'm a psyop." So
he knows he doesn't belong there. He knows he bought his way in. He knows he doesn't know shit. He knows he only fucking hangs out, and it basically is like a drink buying hang around. And people, he's gotten elevated because of that.
Oh, look at this, man. Look, it got me a follow. It was a great union reality check. Weezy earned the follow. Hell yeah, man. Thank you, Mr.
But he's got Bill Hicks and the avatar there and everything. You should be watching my show every morning.
Yeah, prescription. Also, I rarely post on YouTube, so you are watching this on YouTube, but I rarely post here. If you want to get most of my content, follow me on Odyssey and Rumble, and follow AM Wake Up on Rumble as well. Yeah, man. That's the thing with MTG and Massey and all these clowns. They're gonna tell you shit that makes you feel good because clearly Trump is tanking, man. MAGA has abandoned shit. A lot of these hardcore MAGAs, they're already off the goddamn MAGA train. Really, the only ones is the ones that are too chicken shit to admit that they were wrong. You know what I mean? They know they're fooled. They know deep down that, damn, dude, I thought Trump was my guy. I thought Trump was going to be rooting out pedophilia, was going to be draining the swamp. I didn't realize he was going to be draining Bill Clinton. And they're still in denial. And that's where we're at, man. Yeah, so yeah, it's a little wild. I did want to cover another little Fox News clip that I want to share and get your thoughts on this one right here. Okay.
A frustrated President Trump is hoping to turn a news cycle about Jeffrey Epstein on its head, posting today, Epstein was a Democrat and he is the Democrats' problem, not the Republicans' problem. Ramping things up further, the president writes, I will be asking Attorney General Pam Bondi and the Department of Justice, together with our great patriots at the FBI, to investigate Jeffrey Epstein's involvement and relationship with Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, Reid Hoffman, J.P. Morgan, Chase, and many other people and institutions to determine what was going on with them and him. This is another Russia scam with all arrows pointing to the Democrats. Some Republicans on the Hill broke with the president this week, joining Democrats on a petition to compel the Justice Department's release of additional Epstein files. But that doesn't mean those Republicans believe President Trump was an Epstein accomplice.
Do you think President Trump has something to hide here?
I don't, because I believe the women.
The Attorney General Pam Bondi saw President Trump's truth.
Get out of here, man. See,
they're all just taking each other's talking points and then turning them on the other ideology. They haven't even come up with a new fucking line in 10 years, Weezy.
Yeah, man. I wanted to play that clip. Yeah, I wanted to play that clip because there's MTG. There anyone that's right there, maybe you guys got butthurt for me, like, oh, not MTG, Weezy, not everything is a psyop. No, not it. Massey, come on, man. You're too far. This is the shit that I was getting on Union of the Unwanted. No, look at that. You just heard MTG saying, oh, I don't think Trump has anything to do with Epstein. Bitch, please, man. I've been saying Trump-Epstein connections for years. I'm a goddamn garbage man. I ain't saying this as a slogan or any of that shit. I literally mean this. I humbly say this. I'm a fucking garbage man. I listen to news on the little spare time that I get or little clips here and there. I'm not a fucking news enthusiast. Now, I would say Steve, on the other hand, he's on top of everything. I could ask him this and that. He could give me a little comment or two on anything. But I'm not that way. What I'm trying to get at is, if I could see the Trump-Epstein connections, how the hell does MTG not see it? This is what I'm trying to get at, man. These politicians are controlled opposition. They're getting puppeted up. Now, right now they're shitting on Trump, but they're trying to raise Marjorie Taylor Greene's stock up. It's all theatrics at the end of the goddamn day, man. What are your thoughts on that, Steve?
There's always going to be Congress critters that, regardless of whether they know it or not, and I would agree with you, Weezy, that they do know, but they're going to be a pressure release valve. You know, they're going to be the one voice in the wilderness out of 535 people, or maybe they're 3 out of 535 people that are like, hey, this is bullshit, and here's why. And it amounts to fuck all. And to your point about Bernie, a real life good friend of mine is a fella named Jared Beck. Jared Beck was the lead attorney who brought the fraud lawsuit against the DNC after the 2016 Bernie campaign, when they robbed him of the nomination in broad daylight, and everybody's money that went to Bernie got basically through the DNC or Act Blue got put into a general fund to get distributed to whatever candidates they wanted, and nobody knew that that's what happened when they made a donation to Bernie and shit like that. So they sued the DNC for fraud. Jared Beck, his wife Elizabeth, Tim Canova was involved in that, and so was Nico House. And what happened when they did that was the attorney, Bruce Spiva, for the Democratic National Committee said, hey, look, technically there's no such thing as a Democrat. I mean, there's no way to it's because you vote that way doesn't mean you are one. So what you can do is you can pay money to be a member of this particular committee, and then you agree that whatever you donate gets put into a general fund. By donating, you agree to that. Just because we didn't tell you doesn't mean that it's not up to you to know. Also, we can pick our candidates in smoke-filled back rooms if we want to, but we're letting you have the privilege of thinking that your vote matters. Ain't that neat? Aren't we special? And the judge was like, yeah, no, that makes sense, because he said, we're a private company. We don't even have to follow this is all stuff that was said in court, by the way, 100%, almost verbatim, if not verbatim. And he was like, look, man, we don't have to follow our own rules and bylaws. We don't have an enforcement arm for that. You can't make us because we can't make us. Anyway, let's get out of here. And the judge was like, yeah, no, I got a tea time. That sounds great. You can rig your process. You can do whatever you want. You can launder as much money. Hey, look, who am I to argue? We're burning daylight. Thanks for coming out, everybody. And that's how that went.
We're gonna have some tea time. Yeah, man, it's all theatrics. It really is. And if you haven't woken up to that fact, it may take a while longer, especially if you keep following my content, Steve's content. Steve does regular content on the current events Monday through Friday, AM Wake Up on Rumble. Best goddamn morning show on the planet. I tune in when I work. I sometimes pop in the live chat when I can, but I have it on. Even if you don't see me in the live chat, I'm listening. I have it on in the background. And if you want to stay abreast of the situation, Steve's show, it's not just because of my homie, man, but the man is in depth. So I'm going to plug him in while he's still on the damn show. But this is the thing. You got to realize it's all theatrics. There's always other shit going on. I think Foundering made a tweet of how vaccines were admitted to be harmful. So during this week where we just got all this crazy Epstein news, all this crazy shit, Trump possibly sucking off Bill Clinton, In the background, oh yeah, by the way, vaccines are kind of a wee bit dangerous. And that right there encompasses why I view things the way I do. You know what I'm saying? I know Charlie has kind of stated a couple times to me, and I take that as a badge of honor. He's like, man, you view things different. It's not really viewing things different, man. It's just, look, these sons of bitches lie all the time. They're always up to no good. Give me an example when they're actually doing legitimate good out of their hearts, their governmental hearts. Give me an example of that. It's always fucked up shit, man. And so when a normie looks at a news item, a normie will say, oh my gosh, what a tragedy. Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Oh my gosh, this, oh my gosh, that. When I see a tragedy, or what I would say a false flag, my immediate mind goes, the hell's going on here? Why am I seeing this on the TV? It's not me being callous. It's not me being insensitive. It's just, this is what they do on a regular basis. And I can give you case in point of various examples of this happening over and over and over again. I guess that kind of segues into my next little clip that I want to play, y'all. Let's see. So here we have recently Mr. Mamdani. He was elected in New York, hugely popular. A lot of people love him and a lot of people hate him. Just depends on what side of the ideological spectrum. Now, a lot of the right wingers, especially the hardcore MAGAs, were saying this guy's going to turn New York into little Afghanistan. People are going to be wearing face coverings. Women's are going to be wearing face coverings. If you walk down the Jersey Shore, it's just going to be nothing but chicks in burqas instead of G-strings and thongs. You know what I'm saying? Because Mamdani, I mean, he's a Muslim, hardcore Muslim. He's bringing Sharia law. This is what even the Trump people were pushing. Yeah. And lo and behold, Mr. Mamdani is at the White House shooting the shit with Trump. And it turns out Mamdani is nothing of what the Trump administration made him out to be. Instead, he's a hardcore woke-tard, man, pushing LGBTQ nonsense, and he's hardcore to the left. He's complete polar opposite of this Sharia law that the Trump administration was making out to be. And here they are breaking bread. To me, further proof, further evidence that it's all theatrics. Let's play this clip, and then I want to get your thoughts, Steve.
I tell you, the press has eaten this thing up.
There you go.
Referred to Mr. Mamdani as a communist. Can you describe why you feel that way? And also, will you do anything to stop him from arresting Prime Minister Netanyahu if he visits New York?
Well, we didn't discuss your second part of the question. And on your first part, I mean, he's got views that are a little out there, but who knows? I mean, we're going to see what works, or he's going to change also. We all change. I changed a lot.
But just days ago, you referred to President Trump as a despot who betrayed the country. You said you would be his worst nightmare and accused him of having a fascist agenda. Are you planning to retract any of these remarks in order to improve your relationship?
I think both President Trump and I, we are very clear about our positions and our views. And what I really appreciate about the president is the meeting that we had focused not on places of disagreement, which there are many, and also focused on the shared purpose that we have in serving New Yorkers.
And I've been called much worse than a despot, so it's not that insulting.
Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about.
That's okay. You can just say
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It's easier. It's easier than explaining it. I don't mind. You know,
what the fuck? What
he's
in the
petting
hell?
him like a dog.
Yeah, he's like. Let's watch that again.
So, yeah,
Okay.
so-
All right.
okay.
Yeah.
It's easier.
Yes.
It's easier than explaining it. I don't know. You know, we had some interesting conversation, and some of his ideas really are the
This is so
same
ridiculous.
ideas that I have. But a big thing on cost, you know, the new word is affordability. Another word is just groceries. You know, it's sort of an old-fashioned word, but it's very accurate. What we did is we discussed crime more than ICE per se. We discussed
Look at
crime. And
Mondani. Doesn't he look
wanna
like a
see
little
crime,
bitch, like
and I
Trump's
don't
little
wanna see
bitch right
crime.
there?
And
Dude,
I
I
have very little doubt.
All
we're
right,
not
let's
gonna
stop
get
it.
along.
It goes on and on and on.
I'll tell you. Look,
If you guys didn't catch it, just go to YouTube, put in Trump or Mondani visits Trump White House, whatever, and you can watch the whole little press conference they have there. But what are your thoughts, Steve?
So Garland Nixon sent me a link to probably that, maybe an article, something like that. But that was the image, you know, and he was like, "It's a big club." That's all he said. And I was like, "Well, look, man, trust fund kids stick together. They do." And Zohran Mamdani is a trust fund kid.
Yeah.
And he's been groomed to be in this position for years. And dog, you are not getting on that fucking bed. No.
He saw Trump patting down Mondani. He's like, I want some of that.
But I mean, the Democrats want like a younger Obama type figure. They want like a Brown Bernie type figure, you know, and
Young blood.
Yeah, and they got nobody. They got Gavin Newsom and
Yeah.
Sandy AOC.
Yeah.
You know, and that's like it. That's it. Everybody else is everybody. Yeah, not that they're not corrupt to the core, and totally freaking demonic, but they're the only people they can market right now. So this guy, it represents the new face of liberalism going forward, and he's got the Soros money, and he's got the Chabad Lubavitch blessing, and he went and met with the Park Slope rabbis, and you know, they gave him their endorsement. And the idea that there's suddenly going to be, you know, the Muslim call to prayer 5 times a day in downtown Manhattan, or, you know, the mandatory burqas for everyone is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. You know what? I forgot to give a shout out to This Is My Story. God damn. They tipped $50.
Oh, the big 50.
50. God damn.
Way to be. Thank you very much.
This is my story. Shout out to you, Weezy. Have a great Thanksgiving. Have
Sorry,
a cheer on
you'd hate it, Weezy, but it's a church tune. This is my story.
And I want to shout out my little Princess Missy. She's the one that told me. I didn't even see the tip coming in. She's the one that like, hey, give him a shout out. What the fuck? So this is my story. This is my shout out to you. Weezy, have a great Thanksgiving. Have a cheer on me. I sure will do. This is my story. Thank you so much. That is fucking awesome.
Your
Thank
Anglo-Saxon consort, Missy.
Yeah. And side note, I met up with CoreyHughes.org last night. And it was fun. It was cool, man. It's crazy to meet your online friends, if you want to call that. I'm sure at some point you and I will meet Steve. And it's cool, man, because it's weird because once you physically meet someone like Corey, I've been talking to him for ages. I've known him for years at this point. He came on my podcast when he was still kind of breaking out, and now he's kind of breaking out. He's going on Myron Gaines. He's doing the Myron Gaines podcast today, probably right now as we speak. And I knew him before he was getting those kind
should
of
we
gigs.
see if Fresh and Fit is live and we can live react to it?
Yeah, we could do that. But
I think they tape all their shit though, right?
I don't know.
I don't think they go live.
But I mean, to me, Corey last night.
No, I guess they do, but yeah, he's not on, or it's not up on their YouTube. That's probably going to be a Patreon only episode. Honestly, I don't think you can have
Yeah.
Corey Hughes on your YouTube channel.
No, but I mean, what I'm trying to get at is like Corey's been a friend of mine for many years, but online, and then he's from Sarasota. He's from right here where I live. So what are the odds of that? Whitney Webb is also from Sarasota. Daniel Hopsiker, the late Daniel Hopsiker, he wasn't originally from Sarasota. He was an LA boy like me, but he moved down here to Sarasota. So it's cool, you know. Daniel Hopsiker, I spoke with before he died of cancer. Rest in peace. And yeah, Corey's like, hey, let's meet up, let's have a drink right here. I met him there. I got on my car and we met over there. And one little fact I didn't know about Corey Hughes.
Already
Corey
had
Hughes,
the gay bar plugged into your GPS.
Yeah. Besides that, one little small fact about Corey is that he comes off as brash, as like doesn't give a fuck, he's a very caring individual. I will say that. I know he's not listening to this, but I want to say that because I know he comes off as super fucking cold and just like bah, 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 bah. He's a very caring individual. When I saw him in the parking lot, first thing he did, you never know if someone is a shake hands guy type of guy or a hugger. Corey's a fucking hugger. He dove in right for the hug. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, this is my dog right here. And it was cool, man. It was cool to meet my boy Corey Hughes. So that was cool. This is my story. Says thanks for the shout out, and it's not necessary, but I do appreciate it. This is my story. It is necessary, you know. And it could have been $1. It could have been $50. It could have been nothing. I mean, whatever. The fact that you took it out of, you know, it's out of your heart and goodness, and you're wishing me a Thanksgiving, man. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
You're gonna get a shout out for that. So thank you so much. This is my story. Yeah, so I just wanted to point that out. Now I want to touch on this article, which is a little different because we've been talking Trump. And anyone saying, if you guys are just new, what about Trump? What about if you guys would have been following me during the Biden administration? I had many Weezys weekend windups when I was talking shit about Joe Biden, pooping his pants, forgetting his lines, getting off of the wrong end of the stage. I was calling it out then. So I don't want to hear this shit. Oh, it's only Trump. Yeah, of course. He's running the damn country and he's doing a shit job of it. Shit job.
Right? And you've heard us trash Democrats throughout the episode while we're trashing Trump.
You know what? I forgot about this. This deserves an honorable mention. I tweeted this article. I don't know when it was, a couple days ago, whenever it was. Okay, let's play this real quick. Or not play, but let's show this. This is from Fox News, y'all. This isn't me saying this shit. Check this out. This is by Fox News Twitter page. By the numbers. A new Fox News poll shows most voters believe the White House is doing more harm than good on the economy. 76% of those polled view conditions negatively, and 58% of voters disapprove of the job Trump is doing. A 4-point rise from 2 months ago. Government shutdown also dragged down ratings for both parties, especially Minority Leader Schumer. This is from Fox News saying it. This is some wild ass shit in my opinion. So, yeah, all around people are not too happy with this clown right here. What are your thoughts on that, Steve? On that, of all places, Fox News is actually reporting a little bit of truth, anyways.
I mean, yeah, eventually, I say this all the time. I've said this for years. Eventually, the truth has to like rub up against the narrative. Aw.
Speaking of rub up.
Aw, look at that. Look at
there we are. There's me and my boy Corey Hughes meeting up for the first time here in Sarasota. Corey Hughes is from Sarasota. I moved to Sarasota 10 years ago. So it was cool as shit, man. I really enjoyed that. Corey ended up being like about an inch taller than me, not that much taller than me.
Yeah, and no, Corey's at least 5'3".
I didn't realize how long his goddamn arms were, dude. He had like
He
fucking
does have some
orangutan
fucking
arms.
monkey arms, man.
Yeah,
he
he's got
really does.
orangutan arms. I was
Yeah.
like, what the hell, dude? But it was cool as shit, man. It was I really enjoyed that. And then so he'll be doing Fresh and Fit, I think, tonight. And then he comes back tonight. He's gonna drive back, and then we're gonna hang out either Monday or Tuesday again. So that'll be cool, man. Before he heads on out.
I met Corey a couple years back in real life after having him on my podcast for like at this point, like 5 years. Yeah, he came and hung out at Third Eye Carnival in Pueblo, Colorado.
Yeah.
Trying to find a spot, Weezy, in Florida to do a Third Eye.
Man, if you did in Florida, me and my lovely Missy will be there. Hell yeah.
Oh, are you importing her?
Yeah, January, buddy. January.
All right.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, it's going down.
Is that reverse passport, bro, where the Mexican brings a freaking English chick over?
That's it. That's it. Go on.
Reverse passport, bro. You're pioneering a movement, Weezy. You are. You could be a freaking red pill influencer with that.
Yeah, man. I could only do what I got to do, man. Truly being a life-changing blessing for me, man. I hit rock bottom a few months ago, for real. A few months ago, I was in bad shape. And
it happens, man. It happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this, and I'll probably do this when I do my year-end musings, but goddamn, I didn't realize how depressed I was, and now I'm happy. I'm good. So
doesn't matter a fucking bit how many times you get fucking knocked down, man. It only matters that you get up one more time than you got knocked down. That's all that fucking matters.
Yeah, man. So I got a couple more articles that I want
to cover. Now that Weezy is importing some ass, this show is brought to you by Blue Chew, Hims, ashwagandha,
Fleshlight. No more Fleshlight, I guess. Hell no.
And Body Brain Coffee.
Yeah, man. So I want to hit up a couple articles and then we can shoot the shit at free will. So this article.
Oh, that's right. We're trying to do a new show. I apologize. It's my fault.
You're good, bro. This article is from Yahoo Finance. Let's see, written by Anand Sinha on November 20th, 2025. Popular crypto company files for Chapter 15 bankruptcy as Bitcoin crashes. What the fuck? Okay. The cryptocurrency market crash took a drastic turn as the total market cap dropped to $3.13 trillion. What the fuck? On November 20. Bitcoin, BTC, crashed below the 87,000 price mark, down 2.45% in the last 24 hours.
Buy the dip and split it with your boy.
Yeah, damn it. Within the last 24 hours, more than 370 million in BTC positions have been wiped out. Overall, crypto positions worth more than 900 million have been liquidated.
Yeah,
shocking market crash.
Fucking Larry Fink and BlackRock got into the game, ETF'd everything, and overinflated its value tremendously, and then basically did what amounts to a rug pull. And kicked out all the fucking punters, and now it's, hedge fund capital that's going to drive that particular crypto market for at least the next year, unless people that manage nodes and actual crypto bros and shit try to put a stop to it, but they won't because they're feckless nerds who just want diamond hands. They don't care. They just want to be rich. They don't care about anything else. It's wild. Have you ever met or tried to deal with anybody in the crypto space who actually has a bunch of ones and zeros that they think is money?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's I don't know much about Bitcoin.
Hey, Talmud Terry, if you're in America from June to September, put yourself in Colorado in towards the end of July and come to a Third Eye Carnival. It's what the in-person event that I throw throughout the United States of America, and they're very fun. It's live music and occasionally live stand-up comedy and legitimately real discussions with live podcasts and a bunch of really cool people.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, we'd love to see you, man.
I did
For
see
sure.
some,
And anybody else listening, by the way.
Yeah, man. It's always good to.
We're gonna have carnival. I throw them. It's my event. I know we have them. I put them on.
Me and my significant other, we will be going to one for sure. We've already
She's
talked
already
about
a
it.
significant other. That's adorable.
Yeah. Fuck
That's
yeah.
adorable.
100%. You know what? And I don't want to get off on the Bitcoin topic just yet. This is a tweet by Parallel Mike, who does cognitive dissonance with Eryo Moric and Monica Perez. Great show. I feel they do a kick-ass job.
Mhm.
So if you guys want another show to listen to, I definitely recommend Cognitive Dissonance with Parallel Mike, Monica Perez, and Eryo Moric. All lovely friends of mine's, and show them some love if you guys want something else to listen to. But this is Parallel Mike wrote this tweet. For years, we've been gaslit for calling out the never-ending list of red flags related to Bitcoin. Now we learn that from 2015 on, the core team were captured, literally being funded by Jeffrey Epstein, Poikonen. Then he shows this screenshot and he highlights the way that Bitcoin is organized currently is that there are 5 core developers, around 100 contributors to the core code. The 5 core developers are like Linus Torvalds of Linux. They decide what changes are made to the core code. One of the 5 is the lead developer, Waldemir, and one is the chief scientist, Gavin. Gavin, Waldemir, and Corey, an important contributing developer, were being paid out of the nonprofit organization called the Bitcoin Foundation. A few weeks ago, it blew up when one of the board members declared the foundation bankrupt. Many organizations scrambled to step into the vacuum created by the foundation and take control of the developers. We moved quickly, talking to all of the various stakeholders, and the 3 developers decided to join the Media Lab. This is a big win for us. What are your thoughts on that, my man?
I mean, look, dude, anybody who's watched any of my shows over the years has heard me tell you that this kind of shit is a trap. It's also a tool. I think if anybody was involved in or is still currently involved in Bitcoin, like holding any or distributing it or anything like that, it's still totally effective as a way to turn it into immediate fiat that you can turn into immediate things, like stuff that you can use to build yourself out of the technocratic panopticon. But having said that, yeah, dude, if you didn't know from day one that it was a scam, I'm sorry. You should have. It's nobody gives you money you can't hold without it being a fucking scam on some level. Nobody, you don't get to buy anything that you can't actually physically use without somebody making a lot of money off of you participating in it. That's all there is, you know. And so, I mean, dude, I get it. I get why people would play around in it. I get why people would try to manipulate it. I get why people would try to like become whales or whatever, because, you know, yeah, dude, there's a lot of money being thrown around in it, but it's just as dirty as anything else, and it should be viewed as such. And if you get involved in it, you know, either prepare to be involved in some dirty shit and get out when you can, or prepare to take a hit. But yeah, dude, they're all.
So-
We knew this. We talked about this for years, dude.
Yeah.
That it was dirty as fuck. We knew that.
I never. So my position on it, my personal position, I was always neutral. I have always been neutral, and the reason for it is because I was ignorant on the subject. I didn't want to say I was definitively for or against Bitcoin either way because I was ignorant. I don't want to commit to something that I know little about. So that's the only reason I never really talked about it. But my boy 7C's, check out this tweet. Core devs of Bitcoin were working with MIT and Epstein, created using NSA tech. Originally marketed by transhumanist cyberpunks, largely in bed with intelligence agencies and China. There's no physical representation. You can't eat it, can't burn it for warmth. No computer, no money. The digital currency we've been warned about for decades. They sold Satoshi like he was the QAnon of the financial privacy, and people ate it up. It can be rigged easier than stocks and traditional currencies with zero accountability or collateral. Look at how often Larry Fink dumps on people silly enough to think this is the right direction for the worldwide GDP. He shows the same tweet of Parallel Mike showing that that screenshot that I just read just a couple minutes ago. So right there, that encapsulation by my boy, my little brother 7C's, I mean, it's pretty much right on the money right there, man. What are your thoughts on that little breakdown?
No, I mean he got it in the first go. There again, this is
you can't eat it. You need a goddamn computer. What happens when the power grid goes down? What happens when you got no electrical way to, fire up your computer and get your Wi-Fi and all this shit? What happens then?
Yeah, so I'm not one of those people that necessarily thinks that the grid is going to go down, but I do think that the huge push to get everybody as centralized as possible, to get everybody on the big, you have to give up all your identification to have one of these wallets, is part of it. Like, I don't think that they're going to shut the grid down, but you individually could be shut down immediately. And we already see this happening in China, and we already see this happening even a couple of years back with the Canadian trucker protests where bank accounts were being frozen, things like that. The individual can and will be turned on and off at will way before the grid ever shuts down. So it doesn't matter like how much you actually hold. And this is my whole thing with crypto as a tool is, if you get it, sure, maybe play around with it for a couple of weeks or whatever, but convert it when you can, and then turn it into something tangible that you can make something with, whether that's, money or a dwelling for yourself or whatever it is. Turn that into something else, but I don't think that the majority of us are going to have the opportunity to be long-term crypto asset holders. But I think we can be short-term converters into real assets that would make us much more self-sustainable going forward with it. And that's what we should be doing it.
Yeah, man. I definitely agree. Someone left you a comment, Steve. Hey, Steve, thoughts on XRP? XRP has what they're referring to as utility for liquidity when transacting local or international.
So again, XRP is just another branch of hedge fund oligarchic manipulation of currency or assets used as currency. And the utility aspect of it is something where the people running XRP get more out of that than you do. It's no matter what you're doing with crypto, you're paying wherever you go. You're paying to convert it, you're paying to cash it out, you're paying fees to send, you're paying fees to receive, like everywhere it's people biting off of it. And yeah, no, I agree with you, Bubs Cat. I do, that there is a gold rush window. I think maybe with XRP you probably get 6 to 8 months on it. It's XRP right now is like Bitcoin in 2014, 2015. Like it's still overinflated in terms of what you have to pay for to buy into it, but what you're going to get out of it in the short term in the next couple of years is going to be huge. Again, my advice always with this shit is to turn it into something tangible as immediately as you can, because it's not created for us. It's not. It's created. If we're gonna look at Bitcoin as NSA coin, it's definitely created for them. We've already got, all of the major hedge fund players and stuff like that in the game with Bitcoin and a number of other things. Tether is probably going to become the stable coin of favor, even though they will offer a number of stable coins, because it's the illusion of choice. It's the illusion of not having a CBDC, even though everything is going to get processed on the back end as a CBDC. But I do see, I see Tether, and I could be totally wrong about this, but I see it playing out where Tether is going to become the stable coin of favor. XRP is going to become maybe more of the, like, what Bitcoin is right now. I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense. And Weezy, if I've lost you on any of this, I apologize.
I'm lost, bro.
Corey's a way better crypto nerd than I am. I'm the opening act on this. Corey's a headliner,
Look at this. Damn, Steve dropping some knowledge.
I'm so fucking limited. There are people so much better, but I really do. I try to pay attention to what Mark Goodwin says, to what people like Corey say. There are a lot of people that are really smart about this, and I really do try to keep my ear open to. Wow,
that shit is
having the default position that it's all fake and gay and they're going to steal it from us anyway.
My position on it, for anyone interested, and maybe only like 2 people will be interested, but my position is, I don't know and I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna put in my hours as a garbage man,
right?
Get my paychecks. You know what I'm saying? Spend it on me. I'm gonna say this right now, fuck it, because I'm feeling crispy. I got a couple 9%ers in my fucking system, and I'm feeling good. And how do I say this with being legally responsible? Last couple years, I've been working my motherfucking ass off.
Yeah.
90-hour weeks, and I never spent nothing on myself. I never spent anything on myself.
You did get your butthole waxed bi-monthly, don't lie.
That's true. The only thing I spent on myself was this right here. My podcast studio for you, the listeners. I never spent shit on me. And then today, the last couple of days, I went, now that I cut off the other half, and it's my fucking money 100%. Guess what, motherfuckers? I fucking trimmed my eyebrows. I got me a little shaver. Fucking clipped up nice and good.
He won't be gray anymore.
Oh, man.
Botox his balls.
Oh, man. Shaving my nutsack. Yeah. I'm spending money on me,
wrinkle-free sack. That's what Weezy's going for. He's going to Botox them balls. He's not even going to shave.
I'm spending money on me, and it feels good. I hadn't done this shit for years, man. I've been working my motherfucking ass off.
And he still won't support AM Wake Up.
Bitch, I supported you in the past. You know I have. Come on, man.
Don't even
do
buy
this.
a fucking t-shirt. I'll send him a t-shirt. I will.
I'll
I
buy a
will.
fucking hat. I'm gonna buy a hat. I'll sport your
send
hat
him a
on the show.
I want to what is
But-
truth at. I do. I want to what is truth at.
We'll exchange, man. We'll do some trade work. No, man. I just wanted to say that I hadn't spent money on myself at all. Last night when I went to Corey Hughes, I told Corey Hughes, he goes, "Nah, I don't want to divulge."
You went to the strip club that the 9/11 hijackers went to, didn't you? Didn't you?
I should have done that. I didn't do that. But
you're so.
I told Corey, I go, man, whatever you want, that bitch is on me. This is my motherfucking money. I'm gonna spend it on y'all motherfuckers, and it feels good. I hadn't done that for years. You could argue for decades, because I always worried about, I got to do this, I got to do that. And when motherfuckers is unappreciative, ungrateful, fuck them. I'm going to spend motherfucking money on myself, and it feels damn good to be a gangster. That's all I wanted to say. It has nothing to do with Weezys Weekend Wind-Up, but I just felt like ranting on that.
Those aren't, they look like nice new shades you got, too.
I'm gonna be spending money on myself. You know what I'm saying?
Go, man. There you go.
Hell yeah,
there
man.
You if you need a cologne guy, I can get a hold of Brett Ernst, and he's got one in Florida. He's got a cologne guy. It's probably in West Palm. You might have to go out to West Palm, but he's got a cologne guy there. He does.
Hey, in January, me and my English muffin, we're gonna be cruising all of Florida.
English muffin.
My English muffin. Hell yeah, bro. English muffin knows what's up. Put in the live chat English muffin. You know what's up. But yeah, man. I want to get to this article because this is breaking news.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not helping.
If anyone knows anything about this article, I would assume that it's my boy Stevie Poikonen. Let's read this article real quick. All right. Fugees. And I'm talking about the Fugees from back in the day. If you guys are about my age, you remember fucking Lauryn Hill tearing it up. Fuji la la. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was gangsta back in the day.
Mera.
Yeah, man, they put down some motherfucking hits. And then unfortunately, I heard Lauryn Hill was a crackhead.
Well, yeah, that serves her raises ass right, man.
Super talented, and she threw everything down the fucking
She said, I would rather starve. I would rather my babies starve than have white people buy my music.
That's what crack will do to you, bro.
And then she turned into a crackhead.
Yeah. So I was a fan of the Fugees back in the day, man. Some of their hits.
Me too, until I heard
Lauryn Hill's voice was off the fucking chain, man.
Ain't no Jill Scott, but she's all right.
You know how many loads I rubbed out to her voice?
Yeah.
Maybe you don't want to know. But anyways, I got this article right here.
Weezy was also a big Paula Abdul fan, so don't listen.
I really was. Yep.
I know.
No, you know who was my crush back in the day?
Know.
Whitney Houston.
Whitney? All right,
Whitney.
Man. I did love Janet.
Damn,
I did.
Dude, I was a little kid
Janet.
rubbing loads out to I Will Always Love You. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway. Sheena Easton. I like Sheena Easton back in the day.
I don't know who the hell that is. Is that the Kroger brand?
Miami Sound Machine. Gloria Estefan. She was hot.
Nah, I wasn't a Gloria Estefan. I thought she was overrated.
Her music sucked, but
she had the Steven Spielberg nose, bro. She was an Ashkenazi.
Yeah.
Cuban. That's dropping truth bombs to another degree. Gloria Estefan, an Ashkenazi? Oh my God. I don't know. I got no basis on that. That's just my own.
11-year-old me was not looking at her nose, Weezy.
All right. Hey,
couldn't tell you what it looked like.
He would have looked at any orifice, including
all we had was the fucking Sears catalog back then, man, and imagination.
Not me, bro. In LA, bro, we had LA Express.
Oh, that's right.
Remember the LA Express,
surrounded by
bro?
Cornfields, man. We did not have the LA Express.
You didn't have the LA Express?
No.
So LA Express, for those people that are not familiar with LA in the early 90s, it was a newspaper stand and it sold adult ads, and they would put little stars on the nipples and the poontang pie. But other than that, you saw the whole shebang. And as a little kid, the LA Express newspapers were fucking on the money, bro. We learned that our tiny little hands could go inside the newspaper things and just pull out a newspaper and rub one out real quick.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm getting
you made
sidetracked.
do. That's the point of the story, kids. We didn't have your newfangled devices back in the day. We made do.
We had to work. We had to
Dude,
work.
when
to
faced
rub a
with
load out.
adversity, we got innovative. That's what we're saying. We overcame. We found a way to make it happen.
Dude, Death to Tyrants has it on point. He's like, "What is Fruit TV?"
That's
That is all
what
the
Death
money right
to
there.
Tyrants inserts in his orifices for pleasure. Fruit.
Yes. All right, let's get to this.
He's in the Guinness Book of World Records for getting a durian up there.
All right, let me get this article, and then we can shoot the shit all we want. All right, this. Oh my god! All right, this is from the Associated Press, November 20, 2025. Fuji's rapper Pras Michelle sentenced to 14 years in prison over illegal donations to Obama campaign. God fucking damn! I thought this was an article I wanted to touch on. Grammy-winning rapper Prakrazel, however the fuck you say his name, Pras Michelle of the Fugees, was sentenced on Thursday to 14 years in prison for a case in which he was convicted of illegally funneling millions of dollars in foreign contributions to former President Barack Obama's 2012 re-election campaign. God damn. Michelle, 52, declined to address the court before U.S. District Judge Colleen Cotterly sentenced him. In April 2023, a federal jury convicted Michelle of 10 counts, including conspiracy and acting as an unregistered agent for a foreign government. God damn. The trial in Washington, D.C. included testimony from actor Leonardo DiCaprio and former Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Justice Department prosecutor said federal sentencing guidelines recommended a life sentence for Michelle, whom they said betrayed his country for money and lied unapologetically and unrelentingly to carry out his schemes. His sentence should reflect the breadth and depth of his crimes, his indifference to the risks of the country, and the magnitude of his greed, they wrote. Defense attorney Peter Zeidenberg said his client's 14-year sentence is completely disproportionate to the offense. Michelle will appeal his conviction and sentence according to his lawyer. Zeidenberg had recommended a 3-year prison sentence. A life sentence would be an absurdly high punishment for Michelle, given that it is typically reserved for deadly terrorists and drug cartel leaders, Michelle's attorneys said in a court filing. The government's position is one that would cause Inspector Javert to recoil, and if anything, simply illustrates just how easily the guidelines can be manipulated to produce absurd results and how poorly equipped they are, at least on this occasion, to determine a fair and just sentence, they wrote. So my thoughts, the article goes on and on. My thoughts on that, and I want to hear your thoughts, Steve, is that obviously they're trying to say that the justice system is corrupt, but only here, only in this event. The other thoughts that come to my mind, I agree with that, with Zeidenberg, in that, goddamn, 14 years for illegal campaign donations when motherfucking cartel gangbangers and murderers. I had a friend that was murdered in cold fucking blood, and the motherfuckers got 4 years. And this motherfucker's getting 14 years. I agree with Zeidenberg in that. That's fucking absurd.
Well, and he's getting 14 years for being the bag man. Weezy. Yeah. They didn't go after the people who made the donations. You saw that, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't give a fuck where the money came from. They give a fuck who brought the money to whom. They're not even going after Obama. They're not going after the DNC. They're not going after anybody who touched the money after it left Pras Michelle's hands. They're not going after anybody who handed the money. It's they're
know-
just going after him for him, which is fucking wild to me.
I got a theory on that. After they produced the Fugees record, where they were laying banger after banger, they failed to produce another fucking banger that equals.
That's because Lord Hill went fucking nuts, dude. And why?
Yeah, and therefore Pros Michelle got fucking skewered. Am I off
how
base?
many people in the entertainment industry do you think are in a similar situation or have been in a similar situation? Because I refuse to believe, Weezy, that this is unique. This is a standalone type thing.
Yeah.
It's just he pissed somebody off. He was a little bit too French someplace where he should have, or a little bit too Haitian someplace when he should, like, and it happens, it does, but yeah, he pissed somebody off and he became fall guy because again, they're not going after Obama. They're definitely not going after anybody who made the donations. They're just ringing him up.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know what to make of it because, again, I'm one of these creatures. Hey, if you're on YouTube right now and you are liking this, there's like 10 of you right now on the YouTube stream. Go over to Rumble right now. We've got 90 people on Rumble right now, and if you 10 go into Rumble, we'll have 100, and the stream will keep growing there because we're gonna go off the cuff right now, and it's gonna be YouTube unfriendly, and I don't want to lose my channel. So everyone on YouTube, thank you for making it out. Much love. Follow Steve AM Wake Up on Rumble. All right, everyone on YouTube, and the party goes on Rumble. Sorry, hold up.